Welcome back, everyone, to Harvest Valley.
I didn't get to play the game.
Thank goodness.
So during that break, I played 2 games of Overwatch. That's what my life is like. All right. So we're going back to Esteban.
Mm-hmm. Are we
In a
still
weird
in Dream?
dream. Yeah, you're still in Dreamland.
Dreamland.
So Harvest Valley in your dream shrinks. But it doesn't shrink like to the size of like an angel dancing on a pin or anything. It's like maybe a quarter of the size.
Mm-hmm.
But that's big enough for like the fireflies not to be climbing over all the buildings like giant roaches.
Good night.
Yeah. And actually, Esteban, you didn't shrink either. You're like walking through the city like Godzilla.
Oh boy. It's like that one game where you have to tell stories to people, and when you go like walking around the United States, you're this giant person, and you can just walk from state to state very, very slowly. I forget what the name of that game is called.
I don't know. But in this dream, all the houses have like hinges on the roofs, so you could like open them up if you want. Look inside.
Of course they do.
Huh. That's super interesting. I want to see what's in Bastion's hotel.
All right, you opened it up.
Mm-hmm.
What would be in Bastion's hotel? You see, it looks like a bunch of mayfly larvae, like curled up in like a tube.
Cool.
Step on them.
Yeah.
You do it?
I think I like, with my thumb, I tried to like crush the mayflies.
All right, let's get back to the other group.
Gotta think about what that means, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah. No, actually, I already know what it means. That's the prom.
Oh no.
So, Ned and Ashlyn, you get home. Fred just walks away back to his side of the town. And you're dealing with the elk carcass. Like a bunch of the drunkard guys grabbed some meat, but like there's so much meat there, like they couldn't eat it all.
Well, these are the same guys that I had to fight away from my bar before, right?
Yeah.
If I see them approaching, I'm gonna put an arrow in their ass. One of their ass.
You see them fleeing, but they're not approaching.
Wait, how did they get the meat if they don't approach?
Because you just dropped it, and then you went looking for your sister.
As we're walking, we like, they like, okay.
While we're getting your sister, they came and took some meat.
That makes okay. I sorry, that went right over my.
But
head.
like, they took like 1/100th of the meat, so I don't know if you care.
And also, jokes on them that I was curing this meat right now, because that's why I have it hanging up to like drain. So like.
Oh yeah, they took raw meat.
It's just a terrible idea.
It's a pretty bad idea, but they're drunk.
Anyway, if Ash wants, she can help me butcher.
I don't know how to butcher. I don't know the first thing about butchering.
Well, I'm just learning myself, so I just hand you a knife. I'm like, I think now seems as good as any to have a conversation about religion. There's like a bottle of whiskey next to like the deer carcass or the elk carcass we're cutting up. He like takes a swig. He's like, "What do you think?"
Well, I know the harvest goddess wants everyone to prosper.
Does she? Does she, Ashlyn?
Yes.
I think you're doing a pretty good job, but I think you're sometimes missing the bigger picture.
What do you mean?
The harvest, it's a part of nature, Ashlyn. Nature isn't pretty and clean, and that's not what makes it beautiful. It's sometimes ruthless and sometimes violent, sometimes even cruel, but that's what makes the beauty all the more beautiful.
What are you trying to say, Ned?
I got the feeling that you were a little uncomfortable with what happened to this elk.
I didn't want it to hurt you, but I didn't want to hurt it either.
Well, think about it this way, Ashlyn. The harvest goddess, she moves just the way she moves with her sisters in a cycle. One day, the meat in my belly is going to fuel my way out into the woods. One day, I'm probably going to die out there. And my body will decay, and plants will grow out of me, and the game animals will eat those plants, only to be eaten in turn by another creature higher up on the food chain. I see that elk as a blessing from the harvest goddess, Ashlyn. It's going to keep us alive all through winter.
I never realized you were so religious, Ned.
I'm not a man who likes to talk about myself very often.
I don't think I've heard you speak this long about anything before.
Some things are important, Ashlyn.
I agree. I don't disagree with anything you said. I've just never killed anything before.
It's okay. You know, it's okay to have never done anything before. Had you ever farmed before you came out here?
Not at all.
Well, just remember, one day, if you really want this farm to be successful, you're going to want chickens and cows and pigs and sheep, aren't you?
Probably.
And part of the harvest every year is going to be this part. And I'll help you.
I remember.
But you got to understand that if you're going to be a prophet of the harvest goddess, you're a prophet of this too.
I never expected I'd be looking forward to liking the sight of blood.
I don't always think about it as liking it so much as being thankful for it in the right circumstances.
I think that makes it a little easier to swallow.
Liking the sight of blood is the road to madness, Ashlyn. I think that's all Ned will say. Even if Ashlyn keeps talking, I think he's done talking.
I mean, I'm pretty sure that is literally the most he has talked about anything
Yeah.
this entire
That's like-
campaign.
Drained his action points to 0 in this conversation.
Look, but that's the point of playing a quiet character. It's so that when you go on a dramatic monologue, it becomes that much more dramatic.
No, it's
Yeah.
true. It's great. I love it. Yeah, let's I guess I help as we go ahead and spend the time to butcher this.
Sure.
I mean,
would you like a butchery check, or would you like a will check?
I don't have butchery, so it would be will.
I
But
mean,
we already rolled this.
Well,
you
yeah.
know.
So I was just meaning it as like,
But,
like
like-
kind of like bringing her into the scene a little bit because
Yeah.
all
I
right.
technically would have needed her help in the moment. And it wouldn't have made sense in that scene. You know what I mean?
Right.
Yeah. I mean, okay. I want to just give you a steel test.
Oh,
Not a steel
that's
test, but like whatever it is when you see something and
Yeah,
yeah. It's
that
giving you a test. Yeah.
I don't
whatever
have to
that
roll
is.
anything. It just gives me the test.
Yeah, you just get it.
Yeah, that's something
Let's
that
see.
would
Where
happen.
is it?
I think that makes total sense.
Jeez.
Here we go. 363, I think.
Let's see. 3.
Yeah. Let's see here.
No, those
Witnessing
are...
real bloodshed and gore. This has only obs 3.
Okay. My steel is 3, so that gives me a difficult test.
Cool.
I don't need it. I need one more routine test.
I guess Ned gets it too. I don't see why he wouldn't.
That's true.
Especially since he was attacked by an elk.
What was the ob? Sorry. Oh yeah, the attack from the elk
3.
is probably. Oh, that's awesome. That actually counts for me. Yay!
I was like, oh, obs 3. Oh, wait. We're not actually playing. Oh, yeah, I'm a badass obs 15 steel guy. All these things mean something. It's great.
Yeah.
No, it does, and I need one more routine for me to advance, but
Also, those
doesn't
weird
mean that
low-grade
it-
supernatural phenomena. I think hey, you got you covered here. So
yeah.
while you guys are, doing the butchery, you remember that it's the Night of the Firefly Festival. Is that what it's called?
Mhm.
Yes, Night of the Firefly Festival. And here you both are getting bloody.
I mean, not
And
too bloody because most of the blood drained already.
Right.
I guess after our conversation, we continue doing this in silence for a while until finally Ashlyn realizes that that's tonight. She sees some fireflies in the distance or something, and it draws her attention to
Yeah.
them. And she's like, "Oh, isn't the Firefly Festival tonight?" You think this could wait until morning?
Yep. I actually made a commitment to lead the fairy hunt, so I should.
Oh, we better get over there right away then.
Yeah. Probably should change. Looks down is just covered in blood.
Oh, I guess so.
We change and show up at
You
the
change.
Firefly Festival.
I feel like he would have stopped by Esteban to get him first. I feel like Esteban would
I mean, the mansion is kind of on the way
Yeah.
not
to the
really.
main town. Well, I'm picturing it like one of the maps, and if we go out the bottom exit of our farm, it goes to the Faust Mansion's screen.
Okay, yeah. It seems legit because we're in an orthogonal world. You just don't go diagonal ever. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
I mean, it's
no, I
just
mean
too hard to
there's
hold the right
like
button.
I was gonna say there's another exit that goes into the fields and then into town, and so either way
Yeah.
it's 2 hexes to get there.
It doesn't
Yeah.
really matter. Yeah. Okay. So yeah, do you stop by the mansion?
Yeah, and I mean we probably think that Estefan's maybe already there,
Yeah.
but I think that Ashlyn wants to make sure Ash is invited, and
Yeah.
wasn't sure if she would go with Esteban, and doesn't think that she would go without someone. If that makes sense.
Makes sense.
Yeah.
All right, so you both get to the mansion, You know, I assume you knock at the door.
Yeah, like ring the bell or
Yeah,
whatever.
and then nobody answers.
I like the idea that since this is
Ah.
Harvest Valley, uh, Ashlyn and Ned are wearing the exact same clothes except clean.
Yeah, yeah.
Well, okay, so this is video game logic.
Um.
I try the door. If
Oh,
it's
here's what
if it's
happens.
if they're not there, it's gonna be locked.
You see a note on the door that says,
Ooh.
"I went to the party." Signed Esteban.
Okay, okay. Um, then I think that means I think that because Ash was not mentioned, leads me to conclude that she's probably still here. So
Okay.
So I'm gonna knock on the door. And after a moment, when I don't hear anything, I'm gonna go ahead and try the door. Like,
Yeah, it's not locked. This is Harvest Valley.
right, exactly. But you know, if they weren't if they weren't receiving visitors, it would be mysteriously unable to open, and I would just know when to come back.
You just know they weren't there.
Yeah.
But you don't get that sense. You feel like there's somebody here.
Okay. Cool. Yeah. So we come in. And I'm like, Ash.
Yeah, you don't hear a response, but you do hear like a faint mumbling coming from upstairs.
Ash is. I start walking up the stairs, and I'm still calling out as I'm doing it. Ash, is that you?
Um, so you hear the conversation stop. Like it's obviously a conversation when it stops. It's like, oh, is that? And then like the quiet of the house.
Ash, I was wondering if you wanted to go to the Firefly Festival with me. Where are you?
You're just calling this out. Okay.
Yeah. I heard
Make us-
someone talking, so I'm like assuming it was Ash.
Yeah, make a speed test.
Okie
Let me roll.
I'm with you, right? Still, I'm like just walking with you, is what I thought, right?
I thought
Yeah.
so. It's up to you whether you came inside, but
Yeah. But I think my speed, I think, is higher than yours, so you have to roll by the slowest, loudest rules. But I can help.
Yeah, I feel like you're going the same speed as her, so yeah, she can have your help.
The way that is like if the whole group needs to make a test in that way, it's slowest and loudest person needs to roll. But everyone helps. So, and I actually give you 2 die because I have exponent 5.
wow. Then it's like it's almost like you're doing the test and I'm not even helping.
Yeah. All right, your obs is 2. If you
All right.
succeed, you're going to catch what happens. If you fail, you will only get a clue.
Okay. Oh no.
Wow, that is just some sample right there.
Oh. Okay. Well.
All right, so you search all over, like you go to the room, and there's nobody there. But you do realize eventually that you haven't seen the mirror anywhere. You also don't see Esteban anywhere.
Well, I mean, he said he went to the festival, so that makes sense.
You also don't see Ash anywhere. Yeah.
I go to the room where the mirror normally is, and it's not there.
Yeah.
Oh no. The mirror is missing and so is Ash. Oh, I hope Winter didn't go back on her word. We should go find Esteban. And maybe he can help.
I guess there has to be something that he can help with, like statistically speaking.
Esteban's got a good heart, Ned.
Why do you think I keep helping him?
I just think you're so harsh on him sometimes.
Then you know,
All right. Next scene.
yeah.
So you guys get to the town where all the people are like gearing up for the fairy hunt,
Mm-hmm.
which I imagine like looks like people getting torches and like suiting up with plates of armor. Most of it's wooden armor and wooden swords.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I'm trying. I wonder if there's like something. Maybe instead of torches, it's like paper lanterns of like different colors because you have to.
Yeah,
attract
yeah.
fairies.
Yeah, that sounds great.
Yeah.
You're like on sticks with chains.
Oh, you know what I love is like
Yeah.
maybe the reason we have to like is like the tradition dictates that you do wooden weapons and armor because you want to make sure that the fair folk don't take you seriously, that you're going to war against them.
Oh yeah, like if you show up in iron, there's gonna be some shit.
Right. I love that. That's so.
Mhm.
I always love it whenever we do fairy stuff in game. I always like doing like weird, like crazy, totally out there, like dangerous beings. So I'm about that.
Yeah.
Sweet.
So you guys ask around and no one's seen Esteban.
Oh, he loves these festivals, though. I really expected him to be here. I hope he's not stuck under a plow or something again. That would be terrible. You haven't seen Ash either, have you?
I think it's you're talking to Amory, who was the weapon seller, and they're the one that is outfitting all these people.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Because this is why they actually have a pile of wooden arms and armor to sell to new adventurers.
Mm-hmm.
And they're like, I've given everyone their armor, but you're right, I don't have Esteban's. This is just sitting over there, and you see like a pile of stuff that would fit Esteban. Like, well, I don't know. We'll have to hope that we find him on the hunt. Emery was a she. Yeah, Emery's a she.
Yeah.
And she gives Ned this giant wooden gauntlet. It's like a giant fist, but it's articulated. It's like been dyed with like mystic patterns.
Grab them fairies.
Yeah.
And like when he puts that on, we come back and we pan back over to Ashlyn, and she's changed into her own wooden armor that she bought back episode 1.
Yeah.
It's been in her inventory this entire time. She just swapped it out.
Yeah, we gotta talk about your inventory management sometime, Kelsa.
My inventory is good. It's just filled with mouse clothing.
you gotta get Ned to make you some chests in your house. So
yeah, that's true.
Yeah,
and make sure they're different colors so I can know what goes.
Yeah,
in.
else you can't tell them apart.
Yeah,
it's like really hard. But yeah, as soon as Ned puts on the gauntlet, a few, let's say like 8 people like run into town. These are tourists, but they're wearing like rags that have been burnt. Like their traveling cloaks have been burnt. And this is actually normal. Like you would normally get some townspeople to like dress up in these outfits.
Okay.
So like maybe you guys think that someone put them up to this, or maybe not. It's up to you. And there's like
I don't think Ashlyn knows enough about. I don't think Ashlyn knows enough about the tradition to think that outsiders would be not normal doing it, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I think Ned would. Anyways, outsiders say, "You have to help the Fairy King. We saw him. He's at the hotel."
Is that what they would normally call out traditionally, or something similar?
Yeah, like we saw the Fairy King here and here. We all have to go there and catch him.
I think Ned raises an eyebrow, but like he's already a little bit embarrassed about being late for like his part of this. You know what I mean? So I think like the reason they picked Ned is because the leader of the hunt isn't supposed to talk because the fairies don't like hearing the sound of mortal words.
Yeah.
And so Ned just like grabs one of the lanterns off the chain and like waves it over his head like 3 times and then chucks it off towards
Do you use the gauntleted arm or do you use your ungauntleted arm?
I think you have to use I think like the gauntlet is like pretty hard to move.
Right? Yeah.
So like he has to use his other hand.
Okay, cool. I want it clear in my head. All right. And you head, like the entire town heads towards the hotel. So when you get there, you see it looks like there's been a fire at the hotel. But it's not like a serious fire. It's like, how do I put this? If you look in the windows, like you can still see the inside of the hotel looks fine, but like the outside's been singed.
Okay.
There
was a fire, but they put it out before it spread.
Yeah.
I'm getting kind of into this fairy thing, and I feel like this is just like something that Ned randomly knows about. It's just like it's like the fairies have like always been his like favorite like piece of Harvest Valley lore.
Yeah.
So I want to see if I can make like some sort of fairy wise check. Basically, my intent here as the player is to have Ned the character sort of put the pieces together that like something is not all right here, and like this is like evidence that maybe for the first time in generations the fairies are actually in Harvest Valley.
Sure.
Like something does that seem like?
You know what it is? Oh, I'll tell you if you succeed. Okay. So I think it's like an OBS 2 wise. Do you have like any kind of
No, I was
festival wise? What were you thinking?
I was thinking of just opening like fairy wise or fair folk wise or something like that.
I don't want fairies to be like a major part of the game long term. So let's go with
Harvest Valley wise.
No, what about like? Oh, I actually am learning Harvest Valley wise.
Yeah, you can go with Harvest Valley wise.
I think that would apply.
Okay.
Cool. Or festival wise.
I'll do Harvest Valley wise. It's cool.
Okay.
I might as well keep learning that because that's a good wise to have around.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I just don't want them to be a major like entrenched part of the campaign.
That's totally fine.
You may never see the mice again. You know, like.
I was definitely thinking of it as like along the lines of what Adam suggested with like a once or twice a year solstice type thing, but I think wise is totally reasonable.
Yeah, totally. You can do that.
All right. So base up 2.
Okay.
Nope.
Mm-hmm.
That's a pretty big nope right there.
So Ned, like you think you could swear you smell like you can smell like the burning of oak and cedar, like shavings, you know, like sawdust. You know, sawdust smells different when you burn it than actual hardwood. Until the entire group gets close enough to the hotel, and you see like the stars behind the hotel move, like all at once. So
That's-
Esteban, in your dream, you can see it looks like an army of knights in like full plate armor and lances rode up on their horses, and they're like standing there staring at you.
I sit down on the ground.
Okay. Where do you sit on the ground?
Just to the side of the hotel.
Okay. So you sit down on the side of the hotel. Everyone back in reality sees like this giant mash of stars. Like they kind of streak across the sky as they move, with like a little bit of sparkle to them, right? And they seem to like settle in a pile next to a mansion, and you can see like bits of fairy streamers shooting out of the stars occasionally. It's like party streamers where you blow those horns, the streamers come out, kind of like that. Only they got like ancient fairy writings on them.
That seems a little weird to me.
That seems a little weird to me. Ned?
Yeah, all the other townsfolk are just awestruck. And I think Amory is just, she's been with you after equipping you, and she's like, that's not supposed to happen.
I sure wish Esteban was here. He knows everything about every festival.
Ned is going to do like a slow loop around the building. See if he can notice any like strange tracks or markings or anything. Like I know this is probably like tough to impossible in an area that would be like as well traveled as this.
Mm-hmm.
But like Ned doesn't have a lot of options to go to when it comes to like other than building stuff and woodcraft. So he like that's like kind of the thing he's got to go to.
What are you trying to look for exactly?
Really just like it, because like we still don't really know what's going on here, but Ned knows he's not supposed to talk.
Yeah.
And like Ned's trying to, the way Ned sees it is like he's got to continue the hunt. Like he's lived in Harvest Valley long enough and dealt with this magical crap around Ashland for, however many months now, that it seems like in Ned's mind, the best way to deal with this stuff is just to like play it out till the end. That always seems to be the best way of working out for them. Whenever they try to like stop with the magic stuff halfway through, it just gets worse and worse, like with Winter. So he wants to continue the hunt. And so for him, the next step in a hunt is to find the tracks.
Okay.
But if that's like not an appropriate task, like if there's no intent that can be achieved with that task, that's fine. It's like I'm just saying that's what like Ned would do.
Yeah, you can find the tracks. All right. I'm just not sure why you would want to find the tracks when there's this weird thing in front of you, but okay. Yeah, so you can roll tracking to find out where the Fairy King is and or came from.
Yes.
It will be kind of harder because there's so many tourists around.
Okay, well maybe this doesn't make sense then. Maybe it just doesn't. I don't think it fits. I don't think it makes sense.
No, there's something you can find out from this.
Okay.
Yeah, go ahead. I think it'll be obs 2. It's base obs 1 with the +1 obs from so much traffic.
Okay, cool. All right, tracking and maybe hunting because we are on the hunt.
Yeah.
Mm.
If you fail, you're going to be distracted by a bit of fairy lore.
Can I help?
How you help?
Adventure wise.
Sounds good.
Because if this isn't an adventure,
What
what
is?
is? Exactly. Exactly.
All right, let's see here. Sorry, my computer screens, my monitors just decided to all flicker and dance, and now everything is just rearranged on me.
No.
I'm sure it's not related to fairies at all. We're fine.
All right. Ob 2. Wow.
Oh my
Wow.
gosh. Look at all this red.
Harsh.
Look at all this red. Oof. Jeez.
So, the bit of fairy lore that bothers you is that, the fairy king is always accompanied by his queen. And you have to wonder, what are you missing that's about to happen?
Okay.
Esteban. Oh, but you do see, like, tracks, like giant footsteps all around the hotel. And it seems like the giant mass of stars, is actually leaving giant footprints.
Weird.
So, Esteban, you sit down and you hear that the knights call out. They seem to walk towards you in the dream and say, "We are the knights of Harvest Valley from the town." What was the town's name? Shit.
No, the town's name is
Stockchester.
Stockchester.
Yes. We are the knights from the town of Stockchester, and we come in search of the brave Esteban. Have you seen Esteban, great king of the fairy? And the knights, like, if you don't answer, they'll like circle around you, and they'll make their plea again from a different angle.
I'm curious. Do I feel like I am Esteban, or do I feel in a sort of dream sort of way that I just sort of instinctively know that I am the king of the fairies?
It's kind of both, right? Like, you're Esteban. You haven't lost who you are, but you also know that, hell yeah, I'm the king of the fairies.
Mhm.
I can do anything I want. It's a dream.
Mm-hmm. Okay, they seem like they want to have a conversation, so I'm going to scoop them up in my gigantic hands and bring them up close to my eyes, like they're one of the mice from way back when. And I'm going to say, "Hi, I'm Esteban, king of the fairies."
All right, cool. So, in reality, Ashlyn and Ned, you were plucked from the ground by the stars and lifted up into the sky, and then you hear Esteban say he is Esteban, king of the fairies.
You don't look
And you
like,
guys can interact now.
You don't look like Esteban. You sound like him.
Yep.
Do they sound like themselves to me too?
Yeah, I think so.
Well, I am kind of Esteban because I know that you're Ashlyn and you're Ned.
Okay. Why are you a giant pile of stars?
Those are fireflies, Ashlyn. Do those not look like fireflies to you?
You are a giant pile of stars. I don't even see any fireflies.
I think after a while, like the stars grabbing you, like one of them twitches and like the glowy part like seems to stop being like an orb, and like it looks like it has wings and glowy legs.
Maybe they are fireflies.
What do I look like to you? I feel like I'm covered in leaves.
I already said, and I. It's really strange. What happened to you, Esteban? What happened to Ash?
How well do I remember going to sleep?
Let's make a will check.
Mm-hmm.
Alternatively, I have one more pitch.
Okay, let's hear it.
Snooze wise.
Sounds good.
It's too specific to not mention.
You know what?
Yeah.
You've got it. Let's do it.
Yeah.
I feel like you're looking for an interesting fact. Obs 2.
Okay.
If you or we can make it graduated. You only remember a little bit. Obs 1. What do you think? Or nothing or routine?
Let's go. Graduated sounds good.
All right.
We'll just see what we find out.
Go ahead and roll that.
My wises are so good today.
That's
Nice.
pretty good.
So you're wise,
All right.
you could say.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
So you remember basically everything. You remember walking home, hearing conversation upstairs, trying to spy on it, and then seeing the winter goddess talking to herself in front of the mirror, which was empty, and then falling asleep
Mm-hmm.
and
I didn't
waking
see
up
Ash
in the
anywhere.
garden. You didn't.
Did you mention that you saw all that just happened?
Yeah, exactly.
Okay.
But you saw the winter goddess talking to herself. That must have been Ash, or whatever is made when the winter goddess looks at the mirror, like Ash is made when I look in the mirror. Touch the mirror, technically, but whatever. You know what I
That
mean.
makes sense to me.
Maybe y'all ran out of time.
I don't. How can you be so calm, Ned? We're being held up off the ground by giant stars, Esteban, and they're little bugs and.
Would panicking help right now?
It's better than nothing.
I think you're plenty panicked for the two of us.
So Esteban, for some reason, whenever Ned talks, like you feel this pain run through your arm that's holding him.
Mm-hmm. I tell Ned. Ned, I think you're being a little harsh on Ashlyn. Ashlyn means well.
So, are you still asleep?
I want to find that out. They might have been like role playing and not at the same time.
But
All right,
how?
I feel like if you want to find that out, it's another sleepwise.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
I think it's Obs 4 this time.
Cool.
Wise test. Ob 1, common knowledge. Ob 2, an interesting fact. Ob 4, introspection.
What happens if I fail?
I'm going to give you some misleading information.
Okay. Sounds great.
How determined
So, you
are you?
know,
Whoa, how determined are you?
I don't think I'm that determined because Esteban is Esteban.
That's true. That's true. And would only give you one die anyway. But
I'm a wanderer, for sure.
So you're pretty sure the summer goddess can answer that question for you.
So Esteban's gonna say something completely bonkers and just be like, I think we need to. I found these fireflies, and they're trying to hatch into fairies to bring the summer goddess into the world.
Oh. That's exciting.
I like
I think they want me
turned
to
to
sing to them.
I like kind of turned to Ned like, and I'm like, that didn't answer our question.
Exactly.
You need to sing to them? Well, why don't you sing then?
Um. So I was trying to sing to the plants before, and um, what was my intent on that before? Just so that I know that I'm not like violating Let It Ride or whatever.
Whatever it
You
was, I
tr-
don't. Go ahead.
Is this before or after you fell asleep?
This was after I fell asleep when
You were
don't-
trying to.
I don't think you were trying to get them to grow last time. I don't think you were
Yeah.
trying to hatch them before. So
Mhm.
I think that if you're singing specifically with the intent to hatch them and bring summer, that you would be able to make a test. It would not violate Let It Ride.
Yeah, that's what I was about to say. I'm pretty sure there was no intent for hatch fairies and bring about the god of summer.
Mhm.
So
That's
first
true.
off, you actually succeeded on your sing test.
Mhm.
Second of all, your intent with the sing test was to sing to the plants and not to the fairies.
Mhm.
That is why you are gigantic.
Gotcha.
Fairies do like playing games.
So I have two different options here. One, I could sing to the world to make it bigger again, so that everything would be the same size as me,
Mm.
and that everything would be back to normal. I think that's the slightly more off-kilter option.
There's a third option. You
There are
can
many
sing to
options.
somebody else entirely.
Yeah.
But who?
Oh gee. Who do I want to sing to? I think I'm going to sing to the Fireflies.
What do you sing to them about?
I think I'm going to sing to them a campfire song about I think we have to I think it's like maybe a song about like fireflies being like the embers that come up out of a bonfire, and then it's like personifying the embers as fireflies. I think that's kind of what the song's about. Or
All right.
those are like its themes.
All right.
CAMPFIRE.
I tried so hard to get to not say that. That was so hard.
So you may sing your song. If you succeed, the fireflies will hatch,
Mm-hmm.
and it will bring the summer goddess that way. If you fail, the hotel will catch on fire, and that will become the summer goddess.
Oh, geez.
But Golden, I just have one question.
Yeah,
Will it help if we just sing along?
of course.
Bum.
Oh, my.
Everyone can sing along.
Let's gather around the campfire and sing
I
the
will
campfire
sing
song.
along. How? I mean, I don't
have
singing.
sing, so I was just making a joke about
Oh.
SpongeBob.
Yeah.
It's okay. I forgive you, even though it was SpongeBob. One
See,
day
I
ask
don't
my
know the
brother,
song.
and you'll know that that's saying a lot.
I've never seen this SpongeBob song, so I will not click this YouTube link you guys are trying to share with me.
Probably for the best.
I know enough about SpongeBob to value what sanity I have left. All right. So you can sing. Do you dare sing?
Oh yeah.
All right. Roll it.
What is
Your
my ob?
obs is, let's see here, singing. No,
Singing
that's
thing?
silly.
The singing in the day of night. The singing ding. Singing in the day of night. Blackbird fly.
I'll give you +1 die. Your obs is 3, and you have available to you help dice from the previous town singer, which will be 3 dice if you want that, and all the other townsfolk, which is 2 dice if you want that.
Heck yeah. I'll take everyone's help.
Okay,
What is that all together?
6.
Wow.
So
And then
you
what-
lead the whole town in a song.
Yeah. And then what's
And
my
your
ob again?
obs is 3.
Okay.
Beautiful. All right, let's see that goose egg.
Let's see it. Roll all these ones.
You
Oh.
have 5 dice and
Oh.
you're a sing master.
Yep. It's true. It's my highest skill.
Why you succeed all the time? Okay. Um. So yeah, the fireflies that make up Esteban's body burst into little tiny fairies, and so
And
Ashlyn and Ned are being carried aloft by these fairies.
oh, okay, good. I was like, and then Ashlyn and Ned fall to their death.
Nah, they like start dancing around, swimming around, and like they slowly put you to the ground. Um,
Oh, oh my goodness.
and then they start dancing around the hotel. So the fairies like join hands, and they're really small, and they form like one circle around the base of the hotel, and they start like swaying back and forth as they sing campfire songs.
Is there like a fluctuation of like shimmering air against the night sky that's also like swaying back and forth? Because I think I'm still sitting down.
Oh, are you singing along?
Yeah.
Yeah, like the
I have
stars
to
that
lead
make
the
your
song.
outline are gone.
Mhm.
But yeah, you can sing along and sway, and yeah, they'll see you like the heat of a fire heat. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, so you sing along. Um, then Ashlyn doing anything? Puppies. It must be puppies.
No, it was I just taking a huge bite of enchilada.
Kelsa, you eating puppies? Bad, Kelsa.
Puppies are fine.
Oh, that's good.
I don't think yeah, I don't think that I'm gonna be singing along with this one. I think I'm kind of just in awe of the transformation, flying around. I think probably Ashlyn goes and finds Rachel in the crowd, and stands with her to watch the goings on.
Okay. Yeah,
Like,
yeah. She's also like wearing this wooden sword and armor.
like
Just like
clutches her hand.
Ashlyn, this hasn't happened.
Yeah.
Are you gonna do something about it?
I don't know. Am I supposed to?
Oh. We don't worship the fairies here. They don't come from here. They're not a part of our town. I don't know.
Um,
Are they going to be a part of our town now?
I think I'm gonna pray for guidance.
Okay.
I'm gonna say,
This is a question I should know the answer to if I'm to be the prophet of the harvest goddess. But I don't know. Harvest goddess, please give me a sign, an idea. Are these fairies supposed to be here? Or should we help them to move on to another place? I don't know what to do, and it seems it's never happened before. I want a sign.
Okay, looking for guidance. That's OBS 5.
yep.
All right. So if you succeed, I'll give you information. If you fail, you just have to work it out on your own.
Yep. I mean, that's legit fair. No. No.
Let me charge my wireless headphones. They are now wired headphones that don't have low battery
It
alerts.
might not be worth it, but you could try if you're determined.
I'm not sure if I can hear you guys.
Can you hear me?
Are you saying something? I definitely can't hear you.
Okay.
Sorry
boy.
about that.
Well, no wonder you can't hear us if you just.
Oh
keep
shit! Do I have to restart this call?
Oh no.
Bum, bum,
Boo,
bum.
doo, 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 doo.
Watch the embers come out of the flames. It's like a backwards rain up
Well, that was a
into the
mistake.
sky. Our
I'll be right
fires
back,
light
guys.
the tree lines.
Goodbye, overlay.
No, it's okay. I switched it over to the other overlay. I'm smart.
Ah, ha, 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 ha.
Yeah.
You did it.
I'm so smart. Okay, cameras need to go off.
Oh no, it's not working.
You still can't hear us?
Oh no.
Oh no.
Okay, well-
Is it working now? Because we can totally hear you. No, can't hear us.
1 second, guys.
Technical difficulties.
It's okay. I'll continue improvising.
Technical difficulties. Do, do, do. Oh boy.
Those were the only 5 lines I had. I don't know where to go next. I'm in this awkward 3-rhyme spot. Where do I go from here? Do I just start a new stanza?
I think so. I think that's how it has to go.
Mm-hmm.
I do think that determined could work here, because I think
Mhm.
she is determined to be the prophet of the harvest goddess.
The
Is that-
question is just whether you want to spend it here because you need success on all 3 of those dice. Well, I mean, actually, you could get, because if you got 2 and failed 1, you could still reroll 1 more with fate, theoretically.
Mm-hmm. I think it's worth it.
Yeah, you might as well. We're in the last hour anyway, so.
Mm-hmm.
Can you hear us now?
Can you hear me now?
I think it's
Good.
You guys
No.
remember those commercials?
I
Oh,
do.
I do.
It's been a long time since those were on.
Now
Mhm.
he's- Oh no! Don't tell us we can't hear you now either. Oh.
Can-
You can hear us.
Oh,
Oh, you can hear us now, and we can't hear you.
Oh,
Oh, I just had it muted.
oh thank goodness.
Okay,
Oh, thank goodness.
good.
Okay. So
I'm sorry, guys. So the problem with these headphones is the battery. It's low. Let's just start saying low battery, low battery, low battery, low battery, low battery, and I can't hear anything else.
can you cameras off? Everybody. Golden. Adam and Sam. Perfect.
Yay.
All right, cameras are fixed. Headphones are fixed.
All right.
I was just saying I'm going to because Ashlyn is determined to be the right and proper prophet of the harvest goddess. I am going to re-roll these trader dice.
Now, didn't Ned already use that?
No, I ended up succeeding.
Oh, really? Okay. Sweet. All right. So you get 4 out of 5.
I'm gonna spend fate. Let's do this. Come on.
Do it. I
Oh,
believe.
wait. It doesn't matter because I think I did spend it.
Oh.
Because remember I had like that Ob 8.
Oh, yeah, you did. Okay, doesn't matter.
Yeah, I
Okay,
definitely did,
never
but
mind.
it doesn't matter. You failed anyway.
It was on the
Uh,
butchery test.
Yeah, you're right.
It
Good
was
call,
on the
Colton.
butchery
My bad.
test, and we
My bad, my
succeeded
bad.
that because of it. Okay. And you
I
wouldn't have
thought
been able
about
to otherwise.
And you also used Curse of the Wolf. So
Yeah, I did. So, nope, that's good. And I just fail. We have to come a different way.
it's up to you. What does the Harvest Gods want?
Profit ain't easy.
Trying to think of this from the most profitable angle. Like, I don't think I know enough about fairies to say if they would be a profitable addition to the town.
That makes total sense.
I'm going to ask Rachel because she knows a lot about profits.
Okay.
Yeah, I think I'm just gonna say that.
I don't know enough about fairies to think if they would be a profitable addition to the town, or if they would be a draw on our resources. What do you think, Rachel?
All right. So Rachel's going to make a business check.
Mm.
Let me just see what kind of business skills there are. Isn't business itself just a skill?
That doesn't sound accurate, but
Okay.
The business skill is administration.
Administration. Okay. There's bureaucracy.
I have accounting and bureaucracy.
Accounting.
Accounting is
be
the
the skill
books.
here?
Administration is like running the business.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's definitely something that Rachel would be skilled at.
Let's take a look at administration. Administration, the skill of running a business organization. Okay, yeah. It is literally.
I know that I play a character with administration in another game, so I know exactly what it does.
Mm-hmm.
It is literally the business skill. Okay, she would have that. She would have plenty of that. So I'm going to say this is OBS 3 business test. She's not really at risk. Accounting, no. Administration. Yeah, she's gonna have 5 in that. And if she succeeds, she will know a way to use the fairies. If she fails, it will be bad. Okay, it was OBS 3. I didn't put it in. So she fails.
Oh no!
She says,
Oh no!
I mean, in the stories, the way people made money off fairies is by enslaving them. I don't think we could do that.
I don't think so either. I guess we need to find a way to make them leave. They've come, and now it's time for them to go.
I think that's probably better.
Esteban, can you change your song?
Yeah, of course.
I don't know what the fairies are doing, but they can't stay here. Can you try to convince them to move on?
So Esteban, you can hear the fairies song, and they're singing like, "Oh great and mighty fairy queen, come please to marry our future king.
Mm-hmm.
Be smart and bold, kind and brave." And more stuff. I'm terrible at limericks.
Yeah.
Everybody else is like fairy music in ancient languages.
Mm-hmm.
But you get the idea that like they're trying to like do something that might make you happy. That loves our kings for his mysterious ways.
I say, Ashlyn, I'm sorry, I can't help you here. I have a wedding to go to.
Sorry. That was Kelsa, not
Yeah,
not
exactly.
Ashlyn.
And Esteban's like, but you're invited to my wedding too. It would be awful if I didn't invite you and Ned and everyone else to my wedding.
Your wedding?
Hey, can't you hear that?
No?
Because the fairies are all speaking fairy language to you
Yeah.
guys. Yeah.
I mean, they're
But you
speaking
can tell
fairy
us,
language
Devon.
to you too, but you just
Yeah, but I
understand
understand
it.
because I'm their king. Yeah.
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 They're singing your love into existence. You maybe want to like stick a few words in there.
I'll always presume the best of people. This seems like a great idea.
I think Ned's done talking for the evening.
I like how you're just like, we're just gonna take our Artha on this one. You can go find true love, whatever.
Look, who am I to stop a man from going to get married to a fairy queen? Who am I to do such a thing?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, she might eat you if you're not careful.
That's fine.
That's the price you pay.
I know, right?
I mean,
There's
worth
someone who is eating someone else's crops and profits. That's how marriage works. Okay, it's time to get married.
All right.
Okay, how does this go down?
Let's see here. There was a successful sing roll. Everyone's helping with this sing roll. Oh, that was to turn to the little fairies.
Mhm.
Esteban, do you like ask the townspeople to sing again?
I don't think so,
Okay.
because I feel like this is my responsibility.
All right. It's going to be Obs 4 because this is very dangerous.
Mhm. What happens if I fail?
Something worse than has ever happened in this game ever before.
No.
It'll be fine. I have 3 persona.
No.
You do have 3 persona. Yeah. All right. Ops 4, sing.
Cool. Let's see if I have any forks that can help. There's no falsehood here. Singwise can't be forked into itself. Hmm. If I played, no, I don't have my flute with me, do I? Because I think
Who
that's
says you
in the
don't?
mansion.
I mean, you might have
You're a
brought your
fairy
flute.
king.
I might have a
Fairy
dream
king without a
flute.
flute? Who ever heard of a fairy king without a flute?
That's fair. So I think I might do like a prelude on the flute, and then like that lasts for several minutes, and then I put the flute back down to my chest and I start to sing my wife to my side.
Okay. Sounds like a fork to me.
Yes. Okay. That is one modifier. We're going to use 3 persona because I have priorities in this game. Let's find out what happens.
That may not have been the best course of action. You might have needed those 3 persona.
I did use those 3 persona.
Yeah, but
Is
you
it
might have
just
needed
that?
them to survive.
You have to
that-
survive now.
That failed. Wow.
All right. So,
Why you gotta roll so bad?
you sing
Ugh.
the perfect wife into existence.
Ugh.
She has all the attributes of all the people you've loved. From Anthony to Donna, from
Autumn.
Autumn, Ishmael, your sheep, everything that you ever loved
Oh my.
in one person. All right?
Oh my.
Mm-hmm.
And you guys have like the best party all night long. Everyone in the town has a great time. And in the morning, they drag you off to Fairyland.
And we never saw Esteban again.
Guys, we did it. I got a deeds point probably
I don't know.
for a character I can't play anymore.
How did what you do impact the greater good of anything?
That's not the only way to get deeds.
It's true.
I mean, I will vote for deeds.
Helping no matter the cost.
Who did he help?
The summer
He helped
goddess.
the summer goddess exist.
Oh, that's true.
Even
Okay.
to
I
great
guess.
self-destruction.
So
All right.
now there's a summer
Deeds.
goddess.
Deeds it
Actually,
is.
Esteban can come back next year on Midsummer's Night
Mhm.
with his
Who
bride.
knows- Who knows how different he'll be after spending a full year as the fairy king, though.
We want to come back.
Oh,
I
they'll be
mean-
back. I mean, they have to do the hunt.
Take your deeds point. I think that seems reasonable. I mean, you
Yeah.
at great personal sacrifice manifested a god into this world. That
Mhm.
seems deeds worthy to me.
I 100% agree. I definitely agree.
I did it.
You did it.
Yeah.
Good,
You did the thing.
good job.
Everyone's agreeing.
Now we have no Esteban and no Ash.
Yeah.
Should we keep going with just us?
I mean,
I mean,
I do have one more belief that I wanted to take care of,
I have other beliefs too, but like
I don't know if I would do them considering.
that's the thing is I feel like this changes it so dramatically that like there's no way Ned is just gonna like see this and then go run off and start making whiskey. That makes no
Yeah, exactly. I'm cool with
Yeah.
with wrapping here because that I mean we're only a little bit early and that was pretty dramatic.
Yeah.
So yeah,
it feels like that's gonna be the high point of the episode. Like if we just go back, yeah, I don't know, but
Yeah.
no defs.
and also that way we can come back and you can have a character.
And we can talk a little bit more offline about what this means.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because
Sorry for being so disruptive to the campaign, but
no.
No,
This is great.
that was like a great.
I love it.
all
That
right,
was a
great,
great scene.
It was
so that's
amazing.
All that matters.
cool.
It was amazing. It was dramatic, and it was perfect. And I think it was just it's just something where our characters would probably behave in a certain way that us as players need to think about more because we're not there in the moment with all of the history fresh in our heads.
Yeah.
That'll give us a chance to kind of mentally catch up with our characters, which I think we need that moment. So anyway, great, brilliant. Let's do Artha. I guess
Let's start with Esteban.
let's start with
Fairy
Esteban. Fairy King Esteban, you got a D's point. Congratulations. What other Artha did you get? So we can make sure that you will have it to spend next year.
You need it in Fairyland, trust me.
Yeah.
I am a shepherd and tender of horses, not anymore. I'm out of horseshoes, and there's never been a time where my horses have been in greater need of reshoeing. I got them reshoed.
That's true.
Yeah.
Did some work for Dr. Donna while she made that happen. I don't think I brought Ned any prosperity.
Did you bring him some trouble?
Yep. And
Take him,
Ash.
Artha.
Cool. And Ash, I was trying to find her all episode.
Yeah, that didn't work out very well, did it?
No. It's okay though. I'm going to take Fate for when someone seems troubled, help them out. For sure. Because that was what brought the fairies into the world.
Mm-hmm.
You definitely found a place to snooze.
I think.
Oh, great! We have a fairy king who's a bad influence on the goddess. This is not going to be bad at all. Okay. Oh, I gotta think about this too, I guess.
Should I take Fate for being like a somnambulist or a deep sleeper?
Sure.
Yeah,
I feel like it's like somewhere in between. Yeah. Okay, cool. That's 4 Fate and 1 Persona. And 1 Deeds.
Yep, that sounds right.
Good. Pretty good.
All right, Sam, how about Ned?
All right. I am not the type of man who would be killed by an elk. I think we proved that well and truly.
Yeah, we proved that.
This year's fairy hunt was definitely the best ever. There's no way that it has ever been quite as big and dramatic as that.
Yeah.
And now this one was completed in the weirdest way possible.
Oh.
Esteban's not going to starve when winter comes.
I
bet your bottom dollar he won't starve when winter comes.
That's very true. You probably have plenty to eat.
So
would you like to like package up the elk meat and give it to Esteban as a wedding present?
Sure. Yeah, I will provide the meat for his wedding dinner because everyone knows that's traditional to feast on the largest elk in the forest for a fairy wedding.
It is.
Yep, absolutely.
And
it's like you knew it was coming.
Exactly.
Ned.
I think my never letting my anger get the better of me actually it impacted me negatively here because Fred was like constantly trying to goad me into like talking to him, and I just like refused to entirely. And I could have eventually like tried to mend some relationships with my family, and just like totally did.
Oh yeah. Also take Fate for measure twice, cut once because you took so much time cutting up that elk.
Cool. All right. 2 Fate, 3 Persona.
Sweet. The bar at Ned's Brewery is attracting drunks and destroying crops. I need to talk to Ned about doing something about those hooligans. Yeah, he already agreed to close up the bar. I think that's Persona. Ned has angered a wild elk. I'll try to calm it and send it on its way. I mean, I think that happened. It just got sent on a different way than I expected.
Yeah.
I did not get to bless the rice harvests because of this whole fairy wedding kind of interrupted that. But that's okay. Two Persona's pretty good. Always pick wildflowers or berries. Waking up, going to bed. I probably
Maybe if you missed the fairy thing because you went to sleep, but no.
No, I think that I stayed up despite that instinct. And always presume the best of people. I feel like...
Yeah, you can take a fate for that.
Okay. Let's see. I don't feel like any of my traits... The problem with, like, all of my traits are pretty good.
Yeah.
And so it's really hard for them to get me into trouble. I mean, tenacious is one that could really get me into trouble if I just press too hard on something that I can't do. But that's never come up. Or not.
If your faith never gets you into trouble.
I mean, my faith has gotten me into trouble before. It definitely has. And I've gotten favorite.
Cons don't tend to get you in so much trouble.
I mean, that Curse of the Night one day is going to get me in a heap of trouble.
Sure.
Eventually you'll fail a roll.
And it's going to be amazing.
I guess, like, Aura of Determination could theoretically, like, get you into narrative trouble if, like, Ashlyn's, like, banging her head against something that she, like, very clearly just needs to, like, it's just, like, it's not going to work.
I think that she would get fate for both Aura of Determination and Tenacious in that situation.
Exactly.
Assuming that she pressed forward with the aura. Anyway, my point here is that I'm looking at 2 Persona, 1 Fate, which is an interesting combination.
It's pretty good.
But yeah, it's pretty good. So...
All right, good night, guys. Give you the opportunity to create life.
Hold on. I would also like to nominate a fate to Sam for in-character game-stopping laughter. It was I made a mental note of it. It was when we were going out, and I made some observation, or his brother did, or it was about his brother, and he just replied, "Yup," and all of us laughed. I don't remember exactly the full context, but it was just one of his standard nonchalant yups that was just so funny that literally all of us stopped to laugh about it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it was pretty good. I really feel like you went above and beyond the role-playing workload I expect from a player. So
I think
I'm for it.
Cool.
So would that also be a persona for embodiment?
Okay, I'll nominate him for embodiment.
I'll take both of those things gladly.
He pushed really hard for a lot of stuff. Like, he made up like all the fairy stuff. He like pushed for that, and he really brought it with the elk too. I mean, it could have just been let's shoot an elk in the woods, but he made it really personal.
Definitely.
And I think everything was great. And thank you for all the work you did tonight.
I appreciate it, and I will take it. Thank you guys for playing.
Absolutely. Well, let's do some shout outs and call it a night. Sam, tell us about yourself.
I'm Sam, twitch.tv/WizenFool, Twitter @TheWizenFool. I am starting up season 2 of 6 and 20 Metropolis tomorrow, which is a City of Mist role-playing actual play on Unmade Gaming's channel, where We are gearing up for more crazy out of the box mischief. So that's always good. And then Sunday, I am back to playing more Burning Wheel on the AP Gaming Reels channel, playing the worst person ever.
Hey, yeah,
So,
you guys lost a character on that one, and are going to be introducing a new character on Sunday too, aren't you?
yeah, the character that Virgil is playing on introducing is going to probably make me a little bit uncomfortable, but I'm okay with that.
Is he
Uh,
going with? Is he going with that suggestion?
yes, and so just to make it even funnier, I specifically asked Virgil to change the name that he was going for a very specific reason that I'm going to mention on the episode, because it's pretty funny. But yeah, tune into that. Virgil's character is going to be Blast, and that should be total wildness.
I am really looking forward to that. I'm going to be 100% honest. Right now, In Service to Our Lord is the only role playing show that I've been able to follow. Everything else has fallen so far down my priority queue that I'm not up to date with it. But I really like that show, and I love everything you guys do, and I'm invested in the future of Vero and Yoon and whomever Virgil's
Virgil.
gonna be playing next. So
Yeah, should be good.
great,
That's what I'm doing.
awesome. Golden, how about you?
Hey, I'm not doing anything. I'm just working.
Yay!
This weekend, my group can't get together on Sunday for dinosaurs, but we had a pretty epic game last time. So we're on Dinosaur Ring World, and my arch nemesis is doing a mass magical ritual with the help of the Martians to make the sun go to a red giant and consume the ring world and all the dinosaurs. All the dinosaurs can live together with the giant solar dinosaur in the heart of the sun. Yeah, stop her.
Sure. Okay.
Probably, I guess. Actually, I was like totally for it, but then the other player characters convinced me not to do it. So we'll stop them somehow.
Fair.
But that's not for another couple of weeks, and after that, we're going to be doing Stars Without Number.
Nice.
Appropriate.
Brilliant. So, how about you, Adam?
Hi, I'm Dark Lavender Void. I make a whole bunch of stuff like music and graphics, and I made something graphical today that looks super sweet, and I'll show you that very soon. And there is other stuff coming down the pipeline too that is super interesting and might involve a person in this cast. Whoever you're thinking of, it's the other one.
I think it's Adam.
It is. You'll get to see all of that very soon. That's what I'm doing.
Awesome.
See y'all later.
Looking forward to that. And I'm Kelsa. This is my channel. Thank you for coming out. Thank you for watching Harvest Valley. On every other Thursday is Band of Blades. Also, I'm on 2 shows over on AP Gaming Reels channel. One on Saturday nights, which is a Stars Without Numbers game, and one on Monday evenings, which is Cancol, which is a strange role-playing game about being the reincarnations of the souls of World War II battleships that have been manifesting in teenage girls who then have to go and fight monsters from the abyss.
I'm
So
a bit
anime.
unclear on what's weird about that.
Oh, that we're playing on a tabletop simulator and not role-playing.
Oh, okay.
Gotcha. Okay.
Yeah.
I mean, it's like a classic anime.
Sorry, I didn't
premise.
clarify that part. Yeah. It's a lot of fun. I'm really enjoying that. That's pretty much it. That's what I got going on. Follow me on Twitter at Kelsa, On Twitch and YouTube, it's Kelsadelphi. If you're watching this right now, you found one of those things, and you can find the others by making it the other one. Follow and all of those things so you can find out when I'm doing more stuff. And I always tweet about stuff when I'm going live, and I always host whenever I am on someone else's channel. So that's all the things. I hope you're having a great night, and once again, thanks for coming out. Bye.